Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new season. Of course, season 3 starting tonight. Of course, at Turbos and Bullets, we live here at Sochi tonight. As we can see, we're just about to get qualifying 1 underway, so everybody will not be too much in a hurry to go out as yet. Of course, it's more about just, making it through to the next session and of course ultimately getting to Q3. So, yeah, we will see if you guys go out shortly. And as I say that, the Red Bull is going out. Just get to see with a few guys. There we go. Riding on board here with Staffy in the Red Bull. And we also got Vermuna and Verena out. Muna, of course, is the first guy out, and then Staffy. So we expect just a time, just to get some sort of benchmark. Times will increase as the session progresses. Of course, just to make mention to those of you who's joined us before. Of course, we used to do 100% race distance. This season we're going to do it slightly different. Instead of a usual 100% race distance, it will be 50% race distance, followed by a Formula 2 sprint race. That's correct. So this season we will do F1 and F2. So 50%, and immediately after there will be a sprint race, which will be reverse order. So that way there's still some points to salvage if you for some reason retire or didn't have a good F1 race. So you can try to get some, call it bonus points if you want to, for F2. So yeah, going to be interesting this season, and we'll see how it goes tonight. And of course there's also a couple of new names there. Some of you guys will recognize some of the guys, well, most of them, but there are a few new names there. Just want to say welcome to our new races. Thanks for joining, and I think things are going to be really interesting this season. A couple of guys showing real speed. Of course, we've got Matter there, ILRG Matter, who's the defending champion, winning it the previous season. So he will also hope, and I also think a lot of guys out there will hope that he also will have some competition and not running away with it, because he kind of actually ran away with it the previous season. So, and the more competition, the more interesting. So yeah, of course this is just the first race, another 9 to go after this. So yeah, early days. Just following Muna here, who's now on a hot lap, just to see what kind of lap he's posting there as a bit banker. Take a bit of an onboard ride here with him. We came very close to that barrier there. Now, let's do that. Right. And Muna posted a 134.5 to start with. But immediately after that, Staffy goes faster, 133.8. Staffy, of course, one of those guys who found some speed with how seasons progressed. So, it's going to be interesting. And Gaff Peak actually also slightly, but just slightly faster than Muna. And Ranger Trevette now with a 133.2. So already two guys in the 133s. Of course, just to remind everybody who's not familiar with qualifying, it will be the top 15 making it through to the next session. And of course, as you can see, there's only 15 runners tonight. So all 15 of them really will proceed to the next session. So it's merely about getting to grips with a truck and just familiarizing yourself with your braking points. And we got a yellow flag, probably somebody just somebody who's allowing some of the faster guys to come through. And you just saw this Staffy as well, also coming very close. And as I say that, he actually makes contact with a barrier there. Ooh, Staffy. Muna now down to 5th, with Vina also now in the mix. Staffy, of course, coming back into the pits, but I think he would have been anyway coming into the pits. Having a bit of onboard here with Ronald in the Alpha. Now the yellow flag, but I don't think there's anything to get excited about at this stage. It's usually guys pulling over for the guys on a hot lap to come past, so not to affect them too much. Okay, Ronald's also coming back in. Judge Web, 2 seconds off. Ooh, too much gas there. It's all matter in the pits there. We've got Springbok Gamer still in the pits, and of course Nismax. Those guys will leave it till the last possible moment. But as I said, no real worries at this stage, because all 15 runners will go through to the next session. And of course, as I say that, Staffy decides to retire. He realized that. Just want to have a lap or two just to get a feel for the track and so forth. And looks like Nismax is on his way out. Yep. Nismax, of course, in the McLaren this season. Ronald also now deciding he's going to retire. No real reason that you have to risk it at this stage. Like I say, you're through to the next season anyway. That's with only 15 runners, you got a free pass to Q2. Of course, things will get interesting in Q1 if it's more than 15 runners. Of course, just to remind also our viewers, for those of you who've done this before, of course, just want to remind you all, feel free to join in the chat, post some comments there, and share your thoughts. Not Fernando in the Toro Rosso this season. Vino now go faster, but it's still close, 1:33 to 1. So Vino and Ranger Trevette, the guys were the early pace, but again we didn't see any lap from Matters yet. And I don't think we saw real laps from a couple of guys also. Yeah, Staffy, I realized that. I actually thought you sandbagging, because what's the point of putting it all on the line now? Anyway, you're going to go through to the next session anyway. That will be a hell of a lap. World record smashed by freaking some margin. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with dreaming. You must have something to aspire to, so go try it. Oh, running a bit wide there, Robo Jeep. So actually Averino, teammate for Muna this season. Well, staff, a couple of guys, it's more guys free from Britain, if I'm not mistaken. Muna's teammates also from Britain. Of course, Matty, you know already. Ronald, I believe it's not a lot of people's favorite track anyway. But yeah, it's one of the things, you have to drive him. And now it's Velama with pajamas. And he's in a red car this season. My word, this is going to be something else. Steph, I think Gavin also liked Russia. I think if Gavin just hear the word Russia or Russian, he gets all excited. Steph, you want to sing us a song there about bananas and their pajamas? Of course, we don't call him the Japanese peak for nothing. Or that kamikaze peak. Anyway, we all know. Yeah, hey, who can ever forget B1 and B2? Hey, Lama, what you up to, sunshine? Taking a bit of grass there as well. Talk about kamikaze peak. Oh, running way off track there. No, he's not going to go out. He's actually building up, but in the process, he might actually affect the yeah, he might have jeopardized the Toro Rosso there. Yes, his car is actually pink. It fits with his name beautifully. I know you complain a bit about having the pink car, but not realizing pink is a peak's color. Yeah, just over 4 minutes to go, but like I say, not a lot of excitement at this stage. It's all about Q2 going on. And Matt is still in the pit. Are you sure about that, Steph? And coming back there to Ronald's comment, I don't think we got Japan on the calendar this season. So that's going to be something heartbreaking for the peak. Well, bacon, once you crisp it, no, it's definitely not pink. Hey, Devon! Would be nice seeing Devon here as well. She's Ronald, that's like ages ago, that's back in time. It's all about now. Now you need to win it again. You need to do a repeat performance. Ranger Trevette going out again. Not sure why, with only 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes to go, and I mean, you're anyway through to the next session. You can so easily put in the barriers and retire, and then the rest of qualifying is over for you. Vino also in a Ferrari tonight. Of course, Vino is not a permanent racer this season. He signed up for as a reserve driver, but I guess he just couldn't stay away. Of course, seeing both Ferraris in the picture this past Sunday was the Russian Grand Prix. Not a good one for Ferrari. Of course, seeing Sebastian Vettel retire, that virtual safety car, which also gave Mercedes guys a huge boost. And from a potential 1-2, basically they ended up in third and a retirement. So let's hope for Ferrari there is no repeat of this. But at the moment there's some margin between the drivers. Vino 133.2 and Pajama Lama 135.3. A whole 2 seconds, and that's huge. Ooh, Vino also, but too much gas there, and manages to avoid his teammate there. So this is the one of the risk also that you run going out again, especially this time. And I mean, you're already secure, why you want to do that? And Matt is now on track. You mean Vettel for real, Ronald? It's Vettel for real. He's driving here with Matt. Bringing that Mercedes. And he's on the hard tire, of course. Again, he also knows it's not about this session. It's really going to start matter in the next session. And a very slow moving Ferrari, which seems like Pajama Lama. Now we might start picking up speed. No, actually not. I guess it looks like that car might be out of fuel. Ronald, if he's got Chuck Norris in his corner, or aka Ranger Walker, I think Ranger Trevet definitely is in with a chance, but he needs Ranger Walker in his corner. I'm not sure if Ranger Walker is here tonight. If you say there, Ranger Trevet decides to retire. Yep, Steph, I figured that, because that was very slow. Pajama Lama just pushing it a bit too much there. Not getting back to the pits in time. Matt with a 142, but of course this is just to put down the time. It's not really to worry about the position at this stage. Devin, reserve driver, not. It would be nice to have you here, so who knows? Season is still long. Jy wens Wesa doen nie kom Boetie. Steffi, was he's got, as you would call it, Satan's soogdiere. He ran into one of him. And you know, when it comes to die soogdiertjies, you're not really worried about racing. That's like second worries. Devin, Satan, se soogdiere. Not just Satan. Just waiting for the last couple of guys to finish. Okay, Steph, I hear you, but I think it's still early days because he sounds very committed. He even don't do beer Fridays. But you know what? A woman can change a guy in freaking no time. He did say he's going to try to make it. He didn't want to commit to it, but he said if he does, he's going to miss quali. Of course, that's just confirmation of how we ended the session. Muna and we end actually breaking into the 132s. 132.9 with Vino in second for with a 133.2 and Ranger 133.28. Of course, then there's also Robo Beeper in 133s 3.9 and also Gafbeak with a 6.2. So, and even Dot Fernando 133.6, very close between him and Gafbeak there. But again, that didn't really matter. What's coming up now is what really matters. So of course, these guys are going to go out now to push for that final 10 positions for Q3 for the shootout. Because one thing also changing this season, the guy who can get pole position will also receive 5 extra points. Here we go, Gafbeak going out early. Maase kinders of Maase hoenders, lama. Okay, by the way, talk about wet tires. I didn't see the weather forecast. So, if one of you guys can just share, is there any rain pads predicted, or are we in for a clear race all the way? Good evening, Matt. Thanks, Ronnie. I assume jou droogte is so droog soos die Karoo. Okay, here we go. Ranger Trevette, Muna, Rescue Racer, and Staffy actually out. And Lama also going out. Rescue Racer, of course, they were the judge at Haas this season. And how about Russia? Russia's always a bit cloudy. Nothing as good as a good cloudy vodka. Of course, where is DW? DW's favorite drink that. Okay, Ronald, I almost read something else here. I won't repeat it on that stream, but I think you... Dis een bevange weer setup. Okay, Rescue Racer back in the pits. Waiting for people to get onto some on the hot laps here. Of course, Muna, one of them. Staffy again. Lama's also away. And also to watch for pig. Ronnie, het sal 'n goeie idee wees, hoor. Laas dat jy wil hê is om hier te staan en stronk praat en dan sit jy nie tyd nie. Het sal katastrofies wees, man. Okay, see the pig is on the mediums. Just to give everybody perspective on what tires everybody's on. Okay, Gappy slowing down. We'll obviously come back to the pit. 133.8 for the mediums. Staffy 134.9 with mediums. Muna 134.2 also with mediums. Lama 134.5, but that's on soft, so most of the guys going for mediums. So far it's only Lama, Matt, and not Fernando on the soft. Nessie! I hope Captain Morgan didn't screw you over too much, ne? Ooh. That's a lot of weaving, otherwise that's a lot of lag. It's riding there with Staffy, see what's going on. Ronald, yeah, you never know. It's possible. I was also thinking, if somebody goes out, what happens? Maybe guest appearances by a couple of guys. But unfortunately, you know yourself, some of the guys, you can't invite all of them into the comms box because some of them will crash it. And you know what I'm referring to. We know 138, but of course that would have been more just like a banker lap. Don't really think he was pushing too much there. I must say, with his white helmet with a red, he actually looks like Sebastian Vettel. Well spotted there, Ronald. Definitely Sebastian Vettel here with red car and the white helmet. So I will stick with Vettel for real. We call him Vettel for real tonight. Steph, Judge is the last person I want here, especially if he's not in a good mood. Because you're going to hear that word, every second word will be that word. And Sebastian and Vettel for real do another Vettel move. Matt again on hard tires. That's interesting. Springbok Gamer going out now. Of course, he's teaming up with not Fernando in Toro Rosso this season. Muna now 133.4 on mediums. We have had mediums very close to the time set in the first quali. I think that will get him through to this next session, definitely. The guys on the 135s at the moment, not so safe. Of course, we still got 7 minutes left. Anything can happen in the 7 minutes. Risky Racer coming around to last one. And Risky Racer actually goes quickest. 133.3, also with the mediums. And not Fernando, 133.6 on soft. So now the times are really coming down. No, Muna just letting a couple of guys past. Can also be very some low fuel. I see he already did 3 laps. Yeah, definitely low fuel, yeah. Ooh, what happened there? Not good. Not Fernando now coming in the pits as well. Right, so 134.9 with those hard tires. Interesting. Springbok Gamer, Robo Jeep and Nesmac still to set the time, of course. Just checking where they all are on track at the moment. Springbok Gamer being the last sector. Coming around now to complete the final sequence of corners. Just see what type of lap he puts in. Okay, 11th, 137.2 at the moment. So he's not safe. Ronald at the moment we're in the danger zone, we're in 10th position with 80 not far off. As I said earlier, those 135s can be in danger, just depending on what the other guys manage to do. 3 minutes 40 left. And Springbok Gamer runs wide. And Nesmax going 4th. Vino still running at the back at the moment, 138. Seems like he's not getting the Ferrari switch on in this session. See some of the guys complaining there about grip. Okay, Vino now looks like he might be safe, 134.8. That puts Matt in the drop zone, but 134.9. Very, very, very close between him and Staffy. Speaking of which, Staffy out there, going for it again. Guys in the drop zone at the moment is Matt, AD, Ronald, Springbok Gamer and Judge. Staffy made it up to 9th. So the 135 is definitely not safe, but now the high 134 is also in danger. Matt is on an out lap, AD as well. Ronald's in the pit, Springbok Gamer's in the pit, so is the Judge. So they'll definitely not come around to do another lap. Depending on where on track Matt and AD is, yeah, now Matt he's gonna get in another lap. AD as well. So Ronald, Springbok Gamer and Judge definitely out. Geronnie nie vanaand nie hoor. up in between Matt and 80 here. The two guys trying to get into the top 10. Vino is done. Looks like Matt made a mistake there, but that can also be lag. Not Fernando, 1:33.0. What a lap. Maar Ronnie, wat het jy gedink? Of course yes. Okay, Matt, 80. Of course, Gap Bigness makes Muna all safe. That's why they all retired. Vino's under threat. Here comes 80 final corner, and 80 moves up. Vino will be eliminated. And Matt actually also getting there, so that also pushes Ranger Trevet out. So Ranger Trevet, Vino, Ronald, Springbok Gamer, and the judge are the guys who will not progress any further with qualifying. Waiting for the rest of the guys to finish. It's not Fernando also to cross the line. Optie nummer 2 Ronnie. So nou en dan optie nummer 1. Pajama Llama and Steph making it through by the smallest of margins. Ranger Trevet unlucky there because it was so close for him to get to that 10th position. But of course, it all comes down to a race as well. So even if you're knocked out in quali, there's still a race to go through. So yeah, no winners yet. You were, Steffi, yeah, you would have been gone. Steffi, you definitely would have been out there, but good call. Not to worry, Matt, you're still there. You made it through. That's what matters. There we go. We're done. Now just moving along. Yes, more Ronnie. Nee, man. This is confirmation of your top 10 going through to Q3. Not Fernando, Risky Racer, Muna, Nismax, Gafpeak, Matter, Robo Jeep, AD, Staff, and Pajama Llama. Of course, here now is for that all important pole position, important in more ways than one. It's about getting the pole position, but also getting that extra 5 points, which can be so important coming to if it comes to the end of the season and things are very close. There we go, and we are go with Q3. Okay, here cars firing up already. The guys are not gonna wait. Gafpeak again, getting out there. He want to get it out of the way, not gonna hang around. Okay, Matt is out, AD is out, Muna is out, Staffy. Okay, Robo Jeep still in the pits, Pajama Llama out, Not Fernando in the pits, and Nismax. Only 3 cars at the moment not going out. Ronald, the only pole you're gonna get is the kind that you're gonna do the dancing. So rather stay away from the pole. You might just break it, but of course everybody will be on soft this time round because it's all about pushing, being the fastest, getting that pole position. The tyres that they set their fastest lap on in Q2 is the tyres that they will start with. Gav Peak, of course, was the first guy out, so he will obviously set the first lap. And for those of you who wonders about possible the telemetry and stuff, I'm not going to share that because I know some of the guys out there listen to the streaming while they're racing with a hope to get some insight to other guys' strategies like fuel load, etc. So to be fair to everybody, I'm not going to share that information. Gav Picker 132.2, Matt 132.5. Staffy further down 133.3. Of course, here we goes Risky Racer 132.4. Lama 134.6. And of course, Muna also 132. So we've got already 4 guys in the 1 minute 32s. Ooh, Gaffbig going wide, very close to that barrier there. Riding a bit here with Muna. As it stands at the moment, looking at the times, it looks like Gaffbig did sandbag a bit. Robo Jeep now also on a hot lap, not Fernando going out as well as Nismax. So we've got all the 10 drivers out on track. When coming into the pits, of course, just to get some fuel going, maybe another set of boots and one final go for it, which I think is going to be pretty much for all these guys. Seeing Matt's Merc there being pushed into the garage. the llama himself. Not Fernando now coming around to start his hot lap. So Nismax, here we go. Just want to say Nismax is not that far behind. So starting his fastest, his hot lap now. Ronnie, don't feel blue, mate. Just keeping an eye on Nismax and not Fernando. The only two guys who haven't set the timers yet. Well, if you decided to give it a bit of more wing, I'm sure it will. Because, yeah, Sector 3 has got some very tight corners. Not Fernando, of course, another guy that actually gained a lot of speed. A lot of time. Running wide there. 1:34.8. It was a plan all along just to set up. Nismax actually abandoning that lap. Maybe just too many errors there. Can you hear the drums, Fernando? Fernando's got a fan. A big fan. I don't think Fernando can hear pretty much anything right now, Steph. Except for the howling of that engine of his. Jeez, Ronald, that's not nice talking about your wife like that, eh? Max still didn't go out. He's running out of time. If he actually want to get the lap in, he's going to need to get out. And as I said, Matt is going to come out again. Muna's going to come out again. But still no Nismax. He's going to have to go out because he needs to be able to come around in time to start that last lap. Why Jack Russell? Why not Jack Daniels? No, Nesmax is not going to participate any further. He's definitely not going to be able to go to put in another lap. That window of opportunity is gone. Unless he decided that's it, he doesn't want to risk anything or whatever reason may be. But yeah, he's going out, but he's not going to come around in time. He needed to be on track already. If it's under a minute, it's not enough. He needed 1 minute 30, at least 1 minute 40 seconds to get around in time to start that hot lap. Yeah, but a little too late, Ronnie. I think he misjudged himself here with the time. Not Fernando obviously feeling happy with his time, thinking he's not going to do anything better, decide to retire. Same with Pajama Lama. Gaff Peak is 1:31.8. That's a time to beat at the moment for that all important pole position. Party mode, as we call it at Merck, there, Ronnie. Gaff Peak is finished. Staffy finished 1:33.3. Let's see who else can challenge for that time. Got Muna. Got Risky Racer coming around. Let's just stay on board here with Risky Racer, see what he... Ooh, take a lot of corner there. Runs wide. 1:32.2 in the second position at the moment. And Muna now coming around these final couple of corners. See what Muna can do. And Muna actually gets back into second, 1:32.1. As I said, Matt actually takes second position, also breaking into the 1:31s, 1:31.9. What can Robo Jeep do? Now he's abandoning it. So that means we've got Gaff Peak on pole. Well done, Piggy. Now 80 is also in. Now that's definitely confirmed. That's Gaff Peak's pole position. But of course it's about getting a good start and then staying focused in the race. Yeah, true that, Steffi. Yeah, I thought it, you say it. Yeah, bugger off race. There's confirmation, Gaff Peak, Matter and Muna for your top three. Just waiting now for everybody to get their final race strategies, everything set up, preparing for the race start. And these racers that commented on the chat, they're also going to comment less now. But of course, if they can stay in the race. Toodles, Ronnie. Toodles, Steph. Enjoy. Good luck. Please keep it clean, keep it safe. Right, just now everybody setting up a final strategies. Looks very overcast. Because private tire temperature on a cold track, yeah, very important. "16 seconds before it's all go." Staffy, don't even think about it, just keep your position. And Staffy looks like, yeah, it looks like Staffy's behaving himself a bit. Well, Staffy, you can behave if you want to. Well, I'm impressed. Now, let's do that so we can see the interval and just on the tires, just give everybody indication on what tires everybody's on when we eventually start pitting. Of course, just waiting for the formation lap to finish. As you can see, only 27 laps. As mentioned earlier, it's only 50%. Race format this season has changed. Instead of a usual 100%, it will be a 50% race with a sprint race in the F2 cars immediately following this race. Some people can be glad this is not real life. Huge gap between him and the rest of the pack. That's the last thing you want at the end of a formation lap. You don't want to sit on the grid for too long and let people, hold you up and your car eating up. And I noticed Devon actually did join us, so he's going to participate in this race. He will just start at the back for missing qualification. Of course, right at the back might not be a bad place to start. Because a lot of things can happen in turn 1. Of course, in this case, actually not turn 1, but yeah, it can be nasty. Here we go. Right, and we are racing. Season 3 officially underway. Gafpeak with a solid start. So is Muna, and the matter up there, Muna really with a flyer. Oh, and Nismax crashing. Oh, a huge crash there for Nismax. And Gafpeak is losing places there. Looks like a little bit of contact in the front. Yeah, and Ranger Trevette with a penalty there. Severe collision with not Fernandez, but we have lost Nismax. Oh, and Judge now with a 5-second penalty, but that's always harsh. That yellow flag for that crash in the beginning, there's no real place to go. And now you continue with your race, unfortunately the penalty is there. It's always a catch-22 situation. Now you decide to honor that yellow flag and then you miss positions. And we've got a virtual safety car. Muna in the lead with Robo Jeep. So both Renaults in the front. Gafpeak having a go there at Matter having none of it. And we've got Vahaskov Rescue Racer there also in the mix. And both Ferraris actually up as well with Lama in front of Vino. Of course, as we call him tonight, Vettel for real. And Rescue Racer running off track there. Oh, and Gafpeak lost the back end there. Now it's going to have to wait for everybody to come past. Oh, it's not going to like that. Gafpeak now all the way down to 14th. Muna, of course, with the fastest lap, leading the pack. And we're back to normal racing conditions. The Renaults really look racy. Oh, and Ranger Trevette with another penalty, speeding in the pit lane this time. So that's already 10 seconds. Not good. Muna now putting a little bit of clear air between him and Robo Jeep. Matt staying there with his guys. Rescue Racer seems to, yeah, definitely he's not able to keep up with the three of him. Of course, the Muna just manages to get that start just perfectly right, and he carries so much momentum on that getaway. Robo Jeep now under pressure from Matter. Of course, all four top four guys got medium tires on, and Matter will now have DRS. DRS wide open, coming down the straight. It's going to go on the inside. No, not this time. A little too far back. But he's got the better drive now, got better line. No. But he actually does go into second. Just a little bit of lag there, a bit of delay. But he definitely got second position there. So he will now sit after Muna. Vermerk now splitting the two Renaults. Robo Jeep trying to stay in contact there with Matter. Cap is under second, so he is pretty much in DRS zone. Pretty much in DRS range, so I beg your pardon. And Rescue Race is actually back up there again. Actually catching Robo Jeep, he's now in DRS range. We know some 4 seconds off the lead, the top 4. Gav Peak now with the fastest lap. Was fighting his way back. Now currently running in 9th. Chasing down John Malama. Gonna go for it with DRS wide open. Coming into, yeah, he's gonna make it. Gav Peak now into 8th. He will chase after Ronald. 4 seconds up the road. Ronald giving 80 a hard time there. Was keeping him honest. The moment there in the front, the gap is staying steady at the 1.4, 1.5 range. Coming down to 1.3, but of course will go up again. So not real movement between the top 2 at the moment. Was Rescue Racer getting ever closer to Robo Jeep. Teresa going to try to go on the inside. Ooh, that a little hasty there, and he lost a piece of his wing. Definitely some wing damage there. That's going to affect the handling, especially here in sector 3 with these sequence of corners. But definitely end plates are gone. Just coming from too far back, trying to launch himself, and Robo Jeep closed the gap. He was having none of it. Now actually starting to fall a little bit away from Robo Jeep. Gav Peak again with the fastest lap. Gav Peak, the guy on the move, definitely. Now only 3.4 seconds behind Ronald, which actually now moves up to 6. So Gav Peak will chase down 80 with his teammate. And perhaps some small mistake by Muna, because Matt is now in DRS range. Gap between Robo Jeep and Matt is now over 2 seconds, with a gap between him and Risky Racer opening up to over a second. Vino falling further back from the top 4 is now 6 seconds behind, with Ronald closing him down. As I say it, Ronald is right by him. And also AD in the mix, freeway fight here for 5th place at the moment. Ron's going to go on the inside and he's actually going to make it stick, and Vino runs wide, making it easier for Ronald. Ronald now into 5th. And AD obviously want to have a go as well, with Gafpig now right on them. Gafpig going on the inside, but not at this moment. Gafpig, oh, whoa, when Vino wanted to go into the pits, Gaff decided to go on the inside, so Vino had to bail out of that to make the entrance to the pit. Pretty much leaving the 2 racing point cars to gain the position. And Gafpig now slowly but surely getting on the back of his teammate. Soon he will be challenging AD for that 6th place. See Lama running in the distance there, but from them now falling back 2.5 seconds. The two teammates are actually pulling away from Lama, now going up to 2.5 seconds. Okay, coming a little bit down, but of course they just slow down, picking up speed again. Gafpig is ahead of AD, as would have been expected. Not a lot of fight from AD, of course. You won't want to fight your teammate, especially knowing that they're a lot faster than you. Of course, as much as you want to be in a better position, it's all about putting the team first as well. Of course we're at both racing points coming through now. AD now more than a second behind. Gafpig really the guy in the move. For the last couple of laps he's been the fastest guy on the track. Of course I'm currently holding the fastest lap as well. And just to run it to the top, that gap between Muna and Matt is at the 1.4, 1.5 mark again. But Robo Jeep now not being able to keep up with the 2 of him. 3.5 seconds behind. And Gafpig again with another new fastest lap. Risky Racer falling further down. Of course, with that wing damage he's got, it's going to make it difficult for him to keep up with Robo Jeep. Gafpig now trying to make a move here on Ronald. And yellow flag out. But as much as we want to go to that, keeping an eye on these 2. Ronald, of course, good defender. Gafpig not the most patient. Well, I want to have a look there, but that would have been silly. They decided against it. Lining him up again, looking for an opportunity elsewhere. Must say Gafpig is also on the harder tie between the 2. Gafpig going to go on the inside, and he's going to make it stick. Gafpig now back into 5th position, steadily fighting his way back to the top again. Six seconds of Risky Racer. Of course, if he can catch up with Risky Racer, before you know it, he can actually start catching up to Robo Jeep. It's still possible to get to those top 2 as well, just depending how quick he gets there. Vino for real and Springbok Gamer, looks like there might have been contact between the 2 of them. But both went off track. Vino for real going backwards actually. Matt Fernando running in 13th, obviously put on the hard tyres, having to stop early due to that early contact. Of course, Ranger Trevette was the other guy involved there. Springbok Gamer now at the back. Not sure if he sustained any damage, and if so, how much. Looks like, there's some major damage to that front wing. End plate gone, and actually a big chunk of the wing gone. Although surely he's on his way back to the pits there, because you can't drive with that wing. Gaff pick with a 3-second time penalty, of course multiple warnings. Won't be surprised if that maybe, just maybe, is for corner cutting, because obviously the speed that he's been carrying lately, just maybe pushing it too much on that apex. Of course, going a little bit too much on the apex, meaning quite cutting the corner. Because you haven't made contact with any cars on the way up while passing, so it can only be that. And of course, a couple of corners he also ran wide. Springbok Gamer now looks like also on hard tires. Gaffy goes fastest yet again. Springbok Gamer about to be lapped. Yep, here comes Serena. Devin currently in 14th. Not Fernando, of course, now chasing down Vino for real. Or as we say, Vettel for real tonight. I had a couple of Vettel moments in that Ferrari tonight. And again we got yellow flags out. Judge actually running, Judge actually having a good race here. Actually at the moment having a little bit of a tussle with his teammate, of course, who just came out of the pits on the soft, and of course he would have also replaced his front wing because of the earlier damage that he had when he tried to make a move on Robo Jeep. Judge sitting in 8th, Risky Race in 7th, which will put Lama in 6th and Ronald in 5th, which also promoted Gaffbig now to 4th. 6 seconds behind Robo Jeep. And see what I just want to see what times he do relative to Robo Jeep. But if he can keep putting in fastest laps, he will definitely be with Robo Jeep in a lap or freeze time. Devin now in the pits. Of course, gap forming between him and not Fernando. Matt now just hovering there at the DRS range. Another 17 laps to go after this lap. The gap's not really coming down at the moment between Robo Jeep and Gaffbeak, but also not opening up. Looking for the closest possible battle, but at the moment seems to be in the front because that's the smallest gap at the moment between the cars. And actually Robo Jeep falling back and Gaffbeak catching him. Gap actually started to come down now. Gaffbeak just coming to lap the Toro Rosso there of, looks like, Springbok Gamer. Rescue Racer now the fastest gun track, of course. New rubber, just pitted a lap ago. Riding on board here with Rescue Racer, of course, now trying to chase down Ronald for that 5th place. Not sure if Robo Jeep might be starting to struggle here for grip, because the gap between him and Matt is increasing steadily, and behind him Gafpeak is actually chasing him down. The gap now between them is under 5 seconds. And we got a yellow flag again. It looked like any incident might have been just a couple of back markers getting out of the way for the faster cars. Of course, with them getting out of the way, they do tend to go a bit slower. And Matt now really getting on the back of Muna. A little bit of a tweak there. Of course, Muna led the race from start, and Matt going a bit wide there. You could see immediately the gap actually opening up back to a second, just because of that little wide running there, and which was not by much. Gap back to that 1.5 second range again. Ranger Trevette actually closing in on 80. Robo Jeep behind Matt, that gap now going to the 9 second mark. And Rescue Racer now going past Ronald. But Ronald obviously in the pit, so that's why. Ronald now in the medium tyres. Ronald can actually finish with his tyres, so you don't need to stop again. Of course, just to remind everybody, Gafpeak is actually the first guy to score points in this championship by putting his car on the pole position. 5 bonus points there just for putting it there. And talking about points, I did mention earlier, there is a F2 sprint race following this one. Of course, in the sprint race, the points are half of what you would get normally in F1. But of course, it's, like I said, bonus points if you want to call it that. Extra points up for grabs if you didn't have a good race in the F1. As you can see there, actually Robo Jeep now in Gafpeak's sights. That gap is under 4 seconds, getting closer to 3.5. Yet Robo Jeep now 9.5 seconds behind Matt. Matt now really pushing Muna again. And elsewhere we also got Ranger Trevette now with 80. Both cars going wide there. Changes it Trevette with DRS open. 80 is taking it on the inside a bit. Not this time, a little bit too far back there. And Midland back in the front, that gap opening up again. Just as that gap comes down, it goes. It opens up again. And again, as it opens up, it closes again. Bit of ping pong between these two at the moment. As I say, it Robo Jeep now pretty much 10 seconds behind. With Gav Peak now about to make the gap between him and Robo Jeep. Yeah, definitely there we go, under 3 seconds. All of a sudden you could see there is actually a big jump. So a possible mistake there by Robo Jeep, because that gap in front of him actually increased, and by the same speed, if I can call it that, the gap between him and Gav Peak decreased. Rescue ratio now 21 seconds behind Gav Peak. Ranger Trevette still struggling to get past 80. Of course, his tires is now 13 laps old. So 80, of course, with a better rubber, he also manages to keep Ranger Trevette at bay. Gav Peak just going a bit wide, they're just pushing a little too hard. You need to stay calm and don't do anything stupid, be too hasty. Gap now at the 2.5 mark. Of course, it's also about having the better line through the corner, it also helps take more time. And Muna and Matt actually now really going for it. Oh, and Muna too much gas. Oh, Muna's got front wing damage. Not sure if those two touched or anything there, but as I got to them, they're already in a tight battle there. It looks like Muna just on the gas a bit too quick. Too much gas, too quick. Battle obviously set Matt on his way. Looks like he's got no damage. No, he don't. Muna the one with the damage, of course, on the front wing. That will bring Robo Jeep right on his tail. In plate is definitely gone on that wing. Robo Jeep's gonna have a go. Yep. No point in fighting your teammate for position if your car is damaged. Of course, that will also now bring Gav Peak into play. Gav Peak will now take a position, and he will obviously have a go here at both Renaults. All of a sudden, second spot is within range for Gav Peak. Gav Peak going on the inside, the outside. No, he's got Muna. Gav Peak now into third. He will obviously continue his pursuit of Robo Jeep, who is now under 2 seconds ahead of him. So in a matter of laps, he can actually have both Renaults. Surely Muna will come into the pits now. New wing and of course fresh rubber. 10 laps to go after this one, so you already push. But Matt's also in the pits. Matt's also putting on new rubber. Gav Peak also in the pits. Robo Jeep now taking the lead. Muna a bit too hot coming into the pits. 5 second penalty there for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, and Devon losing the back end there. Couple of guys just a little too heavy on the accelerator coming out of some of his corners. Always tricky. Lama still in it, still having a solid race there in the mid pack, with of course Ronald in front of him. Ranger Trevette now behind him after finally getting past 80, but of course he is the man with the oldest tires, so it's never easy. Okay, Robo Jeep currently leading the race, but of course he's going to have to stop. Matter, Rescue Racer and Gavpik already made their stops. Rescue Racer's tyres already 8 laps old. He probably will have to stop again. Because the guy with the most laps at the moment on tyres is Robo Jeep, 16 laps on those mediums. And as I said, Robo Jeep actually coming into the pits, which will that will hand the lead back to Matt, who's now coming around the final corner and going back into the lead. Gavpik chasing down Rescue Racer, but who's now promoted to second position. Gap between him and Gavpik is 2.5 seconds. Robo Jeep will obviously now come out behind Gavpik, and this time he will be chasing Gavpik, where it was just now the other way around. But I do believe Rescue Racer will have to stop again, because he's out of sequence after that early stop thanks to the front wing damage. Looks like Vettel for real is now going to make a move on 80, too far back. Gavpik now just over a second behind Rescue Racer, of course much fresher rubber. Fresher rubber is really making the difference. Matter now with the fastest lap of 1:35.2. Gavpik right in the back of Rescue Racer, you will have DRS. Gavpik gonna go on the inside, but no, it's too far back, not this time. Gavpik gonna go on the inside, and Rescue Racer is gonna put it on the line. Rescue Racer, of course, with a better drive out of that corner. Maintain the second position for now. But of course he's got, for all the tyres, doesn't really have much to fight Gav at this stage. Gav running wide. And he actually had a couple of corners now throughout the night where he actually ran wide. And actually, this time he does it. Out of nowhere. Didn't think there was going to be a possibility of a pass there. But much better drive out of that corner, and he actually get it past Rescue Racer. Of course, the fresher rubber doing the job there. Rescue Racer going to come back at him, going to go on the outside, and he actually makes it stick, claims back the second position. Some good stuff between these two, leaving each other just enough room to avoid contact, but of course now with them fighting for this, it brings Robo Jeep so much closer to them. Of course Robo Jeep is also on fresh rubber now. Gavpik going to go on the inside. I still have the inside, final corner. Sends Rescue Racer wide, but of course that's got Robo Jeep right on the back of him. Rescue Racer with a DRS, which will also give Robo Jeep DRS. Gavpik going on the inside to defend, cut a bit of corner there, but he manages to keep it in front for now. And Robo Jeep actually lost his brake point there. Had to also go wide on the corner there, and Rescue Racer keeping it in front again. And again he and Gavpik at the same corner as now as previous lap, going there, both of them side by side in the same corner. Rescue Racer not making it easy for Gavpik, all tyres or not, he's gonna push them all the way. This is definitely going to be a freeway battle here. I think Robo Jeep is just keeping his cool for now, just to see what these two are going to do. Don't want to actually risk it. The last thing you want is to be part of it if they might make contact. But it also actually brings Muna on the back of this pack now, so it's soon going to be a four-way car. And as I said, actually there is Muna. 4 cars now fighting for that second position. Matt now well in the clear in front, 15 seconds ahead. And RoboJeep and Muna is going to go for it. Muna actually on the inside, and he made it stick. Muna now in front of RoboJeep. Of course, both Renaults still going to go for these two. Gav can have another go right in the back of Risky Racer. Will have his DRS wide open, go on the inside. Surely he will be able to make it into the corner for ahead. And as I said, RoboJeep tried to counter, but he counters too late, and he actually made contact with Gavi. Surely that will be damage to the front wing. And it won't be the first time tonight that Risky Racer will have damage to that front wing. Which now also brings Muna now right in the back. Muna is really going to fight him. He runs wide. Muna right in the back of him, going to go look on the outside. And actually looks like Muna might have made it on the outside. He did. Of course, no wing damage from Muna. So it's going to be soon Gavpik versus Muna there for that second place. And surely RoboJeep will also fancy his chances against Risky Racer, because and Risky Racer now with soft tyres, which is 12 laps old. Surely there can't be enough much left in those tyres. But he did put up a hell of a fight. But now with that front wing damage and the older rubber, he's just a sitting duck. And RoboJeep now past Risky Racer. Surely Risky Racer will have to come in, but yes, here we go. Obviously this will be a nose change and fresh rubber. RoboJeep, who lost time actually now to Muna and Gavpik. Muna in DRS range. He's not gonna let Gavpik get away from him. Not that easily at least. And actually through this. The gap to Matta has come down. Gavpik actually gained time on Matta. Risky Racer coming out of the pits now. Ronald for now back into 5th place. After this lap there's another 5 laps left, so not enough time for Gav to really push to get to Matt. 13 seconds the gap. I believe Matt will be safe. So this should be Matt's race, of course. I don't want to talk too early. We all know about the commentator's curse, so I don't want to curse Matt here. But I don't see 13 seconds being breached in 5 laps. And even if they do manage to catch Matt, it's one thing to catch a rider, to another thing to pass him. Muna not letting Gavpik get away here. Staying a little bit longer here. Surely Muna's gonna have a go. Gonna go on the outside. Gavpik the thing on the inside, but it's actually sends him on the complete wrong line, run wide. But manages to keep a car in front of Muna for now at least. Yeah, still these two guys going for it. Elsewhere we have Ranger Trevette closing down on Pajama Llama. sticking to Gaffbeek. Gaffbeek not able to get away. Muna now right on top of him, much better drive. DRS will go wide up, Gaffbeek go to the inside. Muna stay on the outside. Surely that's enough for Muna to make it. Yes, Muna has done it. Gaffbeek trying to charge back, but I don't think that will be enough momentum. It's gonna stay with Muna, can try to go on the inside, but no, too far back. Sky Racer now, Risky Racer, sorry, with the fastest lap, 1:34.5. Of course, fresher rubber now. He's got some margin to breach, 27 seconds to Ronald to go in front of him before he could actually think about being involved with these guys again. As I say it, Risky Racer actually do go past Ronald, but he's 27 seconds behind RoboJeep. And then of course, if he managed to pass, then he can have a look here, but it's just maybe too much. And as we're talking, Gaffbeek manages to go back into second, just as they come around to lap the judge, who happily stay out of the way of these two, happy to go off track just to get these guys through, rather than jeopardizing their race. Of course, Muna is not going to let Gaffbeek get away with that. And Ranger Trevette now ahead of Pajama Llama as well. Here comes Muna again. Oh, did well not to make contact there. For a moment looked like they're going to touch wheels. It can so easily be a disaster for both of them. Pajama Llama just trying to stick to Ranger Trevette, which is for the last points position. Of course, AD, Ranger Trevette and Llama very close to each other. Gaffbeek another 3-second time penalty. That's one thing that will count in Muna's favour. I haven't seen a lot of penalties on Muna's side, so even if Gaffbeek ends in front of him, that will promote Muna to second. Which actually gives RoboJeep a chance as well, because the gap's only 3 seconds. Ranger going past AD, and Llama's also going to have a go. AD going to try to defend, but he outbreaks himself big time. And he actually loses 2 positions by outbreaking him. Llama staying with Ranger. Llama now with the second time penalty, just took too much corner there. Oh, Llama just too quick on the accelerator there. We've seen it plenty of times tonight. Spoke about it earlier. Guys just getting on the throttle too quick. Give it too much and then just lose it around the corner. Staffy having a very silent race, but he's back up to 7th position. Earlier in the race he was running outside for points. And Muna now really chasing down Matt. But of course 11 seconds with only a lap to go after this. Not going to be no real change. Muna don't need to fight Gaffbeek too hard here, because as it is now, even if Gaffbeek passes him, Muna will get that second place because of the penalty difference. And we're on the final lap now. Looking at the times, the only real position change now can be these two, but of course with the penalties it's not really going to make a difference. So safe to say this is Matt's race. Of course Matt now just coming to lap Llama as well. Just Llama will finish outside the points tonight. And Matt slowing down, realizing there's no point in trying to lap him, he's just getting the car over the line, races ease. Cruising to the line, and there we go, Matt takes the victory. Muna will finish in second without the help of those penalties. Oh, and he also gets a 5-second time penalty, unserved penalty, but as it is, Gapik's penalty was just too much. And as mentioned, RoboBeep actually the guy who gained from that penalty. He now takes the third place. And Pajama Llama with another 3-second time penalty. Just waiting, Ronald now coming back in 6th place. Staffy around the final corner. And then Battle for Real in 8th, and Ranger Trevette will get home in 9th. And 80 will bring it back in 10th. And that will also be the final points paying position. Right, just waiting for everybody to finish off and get the formalities like the podium out of the way. There's your top 3, Matter, Muna, and of course RoboJeep. Good finish for the Renault team, both drivers on the podium. Well done, gentlemen. There, confirmation of your final standings, and of course penalties, etc. Matt, Muna, RoboJeep. Gafbeek finishing 4th, Risky Racer 5th, Ronald 6th, Staffy 7th, Vettel for Real in 8th, Ranger Trevette 9th, and AD taking the last points paying position. Of course guys, just to let you know, we're not done yet. This was just the F1 race. In a few moments we will jump to the F2 cars for that sprint race, so just bear with us. And there we go. Welcome back, everybody. We didn't stop for stream there, and we didn't create a new lobby either. Hence the delay there. Apologies for that. Just quickly swapped over from F1 to F2. As mentioned earlier, just to remind also the newcomers and people who just joined the stream. Changes to this season is instead of the usual 100% race distance, it's a 50% race distance followed by a F2 sprint race. Hence we're now in the F2 cars. Of course, no qualifying. We'll go straight into racing and it will be reverse grid order. Just waiting for everybody to line up so we can get this underway. Ooh, bit of a scrappy start there. 80 at the moment in front with Ranger Trevette second. Looks like the guys are finding it a bit difficult. Of course, F2, not a lot of people race F2, not used to the cars. As you can see, it's only 7 laps. Sprint race, not long race. It's just, of course, extra points up for grab. So those guys who had a bit of a bad F1 race can actually gain some points here. AD still in first at the moment with Ranger Trevette in second. Vino for real in third, Staffy fourth currently, Ronald, Risky Racer, Gav Peak, Robo Jeep and Muna. Matt currently in 10th place. And lining up bottom part is Pajama, Lama, Not Fernando, The Judge, Devon, Springbok and Nismax. Okay, looks like there might be a bit of lagging going on. Hades still showing first, but yet Ranger Trevette is in front of him there. But of course, no, sorry, this was actually a formation lap. I do apologize for that. This was actually a formation lap. I thought for a moment there the race actually started without a formation lap. But no, that's actually just to confirm. Both races will actually have formation laps. The F1 as well as the F2 race. Everybody just lining up now, coming to start the actual race. And everybody is pretty much in place, just waiting for the last cars to pull in. Right, and we are ready to go. Go, 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 go! Eddie with a solid pull away, but Ranger Trevette with a much better pull away. He's actually going to race him down to the corner, and he's going to have the inside line. Everybody coming up, can we get a clean line down here? Ranger Trevette on the inside, 80, and of course a bit of a large. Oh, there was contact sending 80 wide, and he made contact on the outside. Vino for real, Robo Jeep with a 2-second time penalty there for collision with Vino. Risky Racer now back there in second place, Gav Peak running in third, Muna into fourth. Some real contact there in the beginning. Nesmax up to 10th, battling there with Robo Jeep and Not Fernando. Of course, I'm not familiar with the F2 car manufacturers as much, so I might just refer to him as the orange car, the yellow car, the blue car. Of course, the orange car and the yellow car is like a Renault team as well, which is pretty much what these two guys are racing with in the F2 race. RoboJeep and Moon, of course, teammates. But now RoboJeep and Nismax cars are looking very similar, except for the yellow and orange, but both have Renault on the rear wings. RoboJeep 7th, Nismax now into 8th, chasing down Matter, and we got a yellow flag out. Not sure where and why. Nismax actually looks like that might have been because Nismax all of a sudden dropping way down. Nismax not having a good evening tonight. Of course, made contact on the start coming down to that first corner. Yeah, no, real damage there. Whole part of that wing gone. Of course, his F1 race also started very bad. Retired just shortly after pull away. Now finds himself in last position here as well. Not a good night. Of course, all you can do on a night like this is just to put it behind you and just look ahead to the next race and prepare for that. But importantly, put this behind you. Muna now in first place. Of course, having a go view with Risky Racer. Risky Racer 2 second time penalty. Penalties in F2 is 1 second less compared to F1, which is 3 seconds. Gaff Big also fancying a go there. Oh, and made contact. He and Risky Racer look like made contact. Muna retired from the session. There was contact, looked like they actually did go into the back of Muna there. And another time penalty handed out. Gaff Big now under severe pressure here from Ronald. Yeah, he's going to have to come into the pits. I think he might have actually hit Muna there. And Gaff Big now with a time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Gaff Big now dropping down to 8th place, and yet again another yellow flag. And Ranger Travet losing it after the final corner into the home straight. Of course, F2, a lot of guys didn't drive a lot of F2, and these cars definitely handle different compared to the F1 cars. So we might see some more incidents even with only 4 laps to go. And all of us actually allowed Matter to get back into second position, having a strong night tonight. Already won the F1 race. Nesmax now also retired. Devon Ellis also retired. Pajama Llama at the moment in last place, going very slow. That's Rescue Racer here with a Prima. And the penalties are flying fast and furiously. Matt now taking the lead here. Of course, both Matt and Rescue Racer would have gotten some. Ooh, and Matt got Nick there passing Lama. That would have compromised, and Ronald also managed to get ahead of Matt. Yet another yellow flag. And yet another penalty. Ranger Trevett, who led this race quite early on, now find himself down in 9th place. Vino, 4th with Staffy chasing him down. On rubber Jeep retires, Vino another time penalty. And Ronald leading. Staffy going slow, so all of a sudden he's far back. We should have probably was more contact again. Almost like they're playing Destruction Derby out with the amount of contact and yellow flags and penalties coming out. Vino going for Rescue Racer. Rescue Racer fighting hard back. Vino having to go wide. Gaffing now with the fastest lap. I was just about to say Rescue Racer probably with some damage, but yes, definitely missing the in-plate there. That explains all of a sudden why he's falling back and going so much slower. God really is a handful, couldn't even get it around that corner. And yet another yellow flag out. Probably just a slow moving car, but no damage or any incidents there, but yeah. And yet again another yellow. Rescue Racer with a time penalty now. Just trying to keep it together. Ranger Trevett is giving him some pressure there. Of course, another lap to go after this. Matt and Ronald. Sky Racer now disqualified. One too many corners cut there. Yeah, Rescue Racer definitely got disqualified. Not Fernando keeping Vino honest. Ronald under pressure here from Matt. Matt now well and truly in DRS range. We will get the DRS on this lap, which is also the final lap. And even with DRS, looks like, yeah, Ronald's actually keeping it in front. DRS didn't make a huge difference there this time, but that's still a lot closer. Not Fernando up in third place there, 5 seconds behind these two. Again another yellow flag, yellow zone. Matter now with a 2-second time penalty. It's approaching the slower car now. Ronald defending hard, can go on the inside. There's contact between me and Matt. Both fighting just a bit too hard there. Ronald managed to keep it out of a barrier. Matt has lost his front wing. Oh, now too much gas there, and Matt actually causing getting in a collision there. Not Fernando up to second position now. And Vino actually does take Matt on the last corner, and Vino brings it back. About time penalties obviously gives Matt the third place. Ronald, not Fernando, Matt, Vino, Staffy, Springbok Gamer. Judge looking to bring it back in 7th place, fighting all the way to the end. Ooh. Gaff Peak brings it, Ranger through a bit. Just too much gas there around that corner. And that is it. And not a long race, but a lot of excitement in those 7 laps. Definitely the guys not used to these cars. A lot of mistakes, a lot of yellow flags, lots and lots of penalties. But at the end of the day, that is what it's going to take to get these guys to go wheel to wheel and make it exciting, then bring it on. Visual confirmation on how things ended. Ronald taking the win here in the F2 race with not Fernando second, and Matt in 3rd place. Finishing of your top 10 is Vino, Staffy, Springbok Gamer, Ranger, the Judge, Gavpik and AD. And just want to say thank you to everyone for watching, and those of you who participate in the chat, thank you for your comments. Always nice chatting to you guys and having that chat ongoing. Of course, this is just the start of a new season, 9 rounds to go. Of course, next week will be round 2, so join us then. Till then, everyone, have a good time, and if you race safe and stay safe. Cheerio.